Now for our feature story of the day. $300,000 Bitcoin price by June is now the most popular call option. And here's the proof of work on that. And shout out Vivek. He's a great account to be following on X, by the way. He's the one who shared this open interest by the strike price. And there's actually an article surrounding it. So I'm going to share this. The headline reads, Bitcoin price prediction June, which is next month. Literally a week around the corner. Bitcoin option traders are betting big on the 300,000 strike price by June of 27th. And as I pointed out a little earlier, there's this trader, legendary trader by the name of James Wynn. And he says, they're coming for me exactly as I expected. I ain't selling, I'm buying into them. Position value now 809 million, a massive 40x long. And he says the bulls are greater than the cabal. I couldn't agree more. And then he had to step it up again. And he put Operation F the Bears, liquidate me, biatch. And he ultimately increases Bitcoin long to 1.2 billion. And he's basically daring the bears to liquidate him. Operation F the Bears. I mean, don't get no greater than that. So long live the king. Let's go, Biddy. But anyways, Bitcoin price hit a new all-time high of 112 yesterday. In fact, we did a Biddy pump watch to celebrate. Let me know if you're on the live stream. There's a strong consensus right now amongst the experts. The Bitcoin still has substantial upside for the short term. It's going to be a hell of a bullish summer, with 150 emerging as the plausible target for the second quarter. However, option traders are significantly more bullish with their Biddy price predictions. According to the CoinGlass data don't lie. Deribit's far out of the money Bitcoin call option with a 300,000 strikey price expires on June 27th, and it currently holds the highest open interest across all Bitcoin options contracts. Let that one sink in. So despite the long shot, the Bitcoin price rising to 300,000 or more by June 27th, literally a month out, is currently the most heavily backed bet in the options market. That means the bulls are betting their Bitcoin on this particular target happening. Let me know if you agree or disagree. 300 G's next month. Holla at your boy. Now, Deribit's Bitcoin June 27, June 25th, 300,000 C is currently the largest single position in the Bitcoin options market with 5,593 Bitcoin worth of open interest. That's a lot of bets. Deribit's Bitcoin call option with a strike price of 120,000, expiration date of June 27th, comes in at a distant second. So again, the majority are all betting on $300,000 Bitcoin by June 27th. If that comes into fruition, good Lord, we're going up forever, Laura. So for the uninitiated, call options are contracts that give traders the right, but not the obligation to buy the Bitcoin fixed at a specific price by a specific date. Traders typically use them to bet that the Bitcoin price will either rise, and if the market price exceeds the strike price, the option can then be exercised for a profit. The Bitcoin price exceeding 100,000 by June 27th is nearly impossible despite the soaring global liquidity and easing financial conditions. However, it's likely traders are using the $300,000 Bitcoin call options as cheap lottery tickets. Given the low probability of Bitcoin reaching 300,000, the premium on these contracts is currently very low. However, if Bitcoin were to surge rapidly to around 125 to 130 by the end of this month, within the next week, the value of these options could then spike, allowing hodlers to sell them for a significant profit, even if the strike remains far out of the money. Nevertheless, even this scenario paints an extremely bullish scenario for the Biddy in the coming weeks. So let me know your thoughts. And they also publish here realistic Bitcoin price prediction, what's most likely expected by the end of the second quarter. And we're only 1 month deep into the second quarter, by the way. Still got a bit to go. Ignoring the June 27 expiration date, Bitcoin call options with 120,000 strike price currently have the highest open interest. Smart money investors are therefore betting heavily that the Bitcoin price will far exceed 120 in the coming weeks. I'm a firm believer of that. I think that's easy peasy. However, global liquidity remains the best indicator for the Biddy price trajectory. Quoting GMI co-founder of the M2 Money Supply, he says, accurately predicted the April 7th bottom for Bitcoin. Now it's forecasting Bitcoin price will reach 160,000 mark in the coming weeks. Well, here's the deal. 300,000 is a hell of a target, but if we fall short and only hit 160,000, are you going to be complaining, Biddy broskies and Biddy baddies? Let me know. Quoting Raoul Pal, maybe, just maybe, it was this easy. I'll chat more about it and drink with the Raoul Pal. But anyways, there you have it, yo. Let me know your thoughts on the 300,000 Biddy strike price for June 27th. I'll read your comments out loud. Welcome, everyone, to the Q&A segment of the live stream. It's good to be here. This beautiful, fantastical day. And shout out Robbie P. We haven't played his classic in forever, Bitcoin slang. And if you don't know, now you know.
Hey, pay attention on how I break this Bitcoin slang down.
Check it.